to family. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today I have some good news if you're a federal employee about the latest with the proposed changes that was going through the House, I believe, and then it has to make it to the Senate about the FERS annuity and the federal pension. So if that's something you want to hear about or something that interests you, please stick around. And I have kind of like a little bonus thing I want to talk about at the end. So stick around. First of all, and I don't know if you all had heard or seen the what's going around regarding the federal employees. The annuity is on the what was on the chopping block. The FERS annuity and the FERS supplemental annuity and the increase where they wanted the federal employees to start to increase and pay more into their pension was also up for. They wanted to do that also, and then the third thing that they wanted to change was, I keep forgetting the third thing. It'll come to me in a second, but let's talk about the first two things. The annuity, I believe, as of right now, as of yesterday in the House, I think they were trying to change some things, and I think they had approved that you will still get the supplemental annuity until 2028. So if you were thinking about retirement pretty soon, that's something to keep in mind. Or if you are going to take any of these VERAs that are being offered, the early retirements, that's also something to keep in mind. And I talked a little bit about the annuity, supplemental, and all that in another video. So please go check those out. I'll try to link them in the description box if you want to know more about that. The second thing was the increase to the FERS employees that were hired, I believe it was before 2015. They were trying to make them pay more into their retirement. Currently, they only pay 0.8%, and they want them to pay 4.4%. From my understanding, that has also been axed, which is really good news. Because that would mean that your take-home pay would go down and decrease, which is bad because we already are not going to get pay raises and things like that. And, you know, I guess we should be grateful we have a job. So that also has been axed. So that's really good news. And the third one, I always forget this one. They were talking about, I believe the plan was to start implementing it in 2028. But they had also decided to put a pause on it. Hang on just a second. I remember what it is now. It is the calculation of your annuity, not your annuity, your pension. What they were proposing was to do it, take the last 5 years of your salary, which would bring down the amount of your pension. And there were talks that they were going to also implement that starting 2028. The latest news as of yesterday, they're also going to axe that, which is really good news. I hope that's true, where, you're going to keep the high 3. So, that really affects a lot of us who were, thinking about retiring or pretty close, but not there yet. So you still have some time. So it looks like the only other main thing that's going to affect us, that's kind of on the negative side, would be the supplemental annuity, which 2028 looks like would be the date on that. Stay tuned. As I find out more, I will let you guys know. As of right now, it looks like they're going to go forward with that. I hope not. I hope maybe the date gets pushed back even further, or maybe they decide not to axe that. So, out of all this mess that we've been going through, y'all, that's some really good news to hear, finally, right? Because I myself, was really thinking about contemplating the the VERA, the early retirement, but I'm not eligible because I don't have the years. I have the age, but I don't have the years. And you guys heard me talk about that in another video. So I had applied for my military time to buy back that military time. And if I have that, then that will give me the years that I need to go out with a VERA. But as I explained in my other video, that's a long, drawn out process. I'm still waiting to hear back from it. Nothing yet on that. So once I hear back from that, I'll share with you all, let you know how much I have to pay and all that, because you have to pay to buy back your time, and I don't know how much that is yet. I finally got that letter. Remember, I was complaining in my other video that I had to pull teeth to get that letter. I finally got the letter. I sent it off to the BEST team, which is the benefits entitlement retirement team. I sent it off to them, and I guess I got to wait another month or two for them to look at it or process it or whatever they got to do. Once I get the response from them, then that has to go back to DFAS, which, if you all don't know, is Defense and Finance Accounting System. That goes back to them, the people I had trouble with previously, about getting that the initial paperwork. So it has to go back to them for them to process my payment once I pay it. And for those of you who don't know, before you do any type of retirement, whether it's early retirement or regular retirement, and if you do any type of military buyback time, that has to be paid in full before you can retire. So that's what I'm waiting on. I hope it all goes well, with the timing of all, with all these changes are taking effect. I would like to take advantage of that annuity. If I can leave or hang in there, before 2028. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if I can hang in. I've done several videos about, this is taking a toll on me. My head is just not, with my current job. I really don't want to retire. I'm just tired of doing the type of work that I'm doing. If that makes sense, I'm just tired of the job that I currently have. If I can find something else to do, I probably would hang in there as long as I could. I don't mind working. I just don't like what I currently do. And I did another video on that. You guys might see it before this one, about how, myself and a lot of you all out there too, how, we have to get up early in the morning and we hate it. And, all the stress and the BS you got to put up with, with leadership and coworkers and, all this stuff. But yeah, mentally, I'm ready to go. I'm not ready for that big financial pay cut, because if you're a federal employee, you don't even get, you may get 20 to 30% of what you currently make. They take a big chunk, y'all. The retirement is it's like little to nothing. It's better than nothing, but it's next to nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I know it's probably better than what some of the other jobs out there are offering, because some of them aren't offering, pensions at all. So I am grateful, but you really, really, if you guys are out there thinking about retirement, you work for the federal government, you guys know you're going to have to really, really cut back and count your pennies, because nobody can live off of that. I calculated mine, and y'all, it's less than $15,000 a year that I would get, and that's net. They give you an amount, but that amount is a gross amount, and that's before any taxes are taken out, and that's before your health insurance, and then any type of spousal benefits or anything that you elect. Once all that is calculated and taken out, your take-home pay, it's going to be less than $15,000 a year. So who can live on that, right? If you don't have something else going on the side, or some type of savings or investments or 401k or something, nobody can live off of that. And then, Social Security is a joke, like even if it's still around in the next couple of years, I calculated that, like a rough estimate. That's less for me, it's going to be different for everybody. And again, that's probably going to be less than 10 to 15,000 a year. It's better than nothing, y'all, right? I'm grateful. It's better than nothing, but you really, really going to have to watch. We're going to have to watch our pennies. Which leads me to this, it's kind of like a cute little story. I had to go to the dealership the other day to get my car serviced, because then that's another long story. There was some vibration in my brakes, and I took it last year to them, and they claimed they couldn't see anything, couldn't find anything. There's nothing wrong with it. I guess it was all in my head, right? So finally, my husband convinced me, hey, you need to go back. You need to take it because I keep complaining about it, keep complaining about it. So finally, I got an appointment and took it back in. While you're waiting, for your car to get serviced, of course, you want to look around at the cars and the new cars and, just to see what's out there. And no, I'm not going to buy a new car. And I didn't buy one because, all that advice I give you, well, I'm taking my own advice. You're not going to buy a new car. But I was just looking, right? I mean, it doesn't hurt to look. So we were looking at this one car, and it was a brand new. I'm not gonna say the name because then you guys know what dealership I was at. But the brand name of it was a luxury car, y'all. It was a luxury car, and it was pretty. And we tried to open the door to get it, just to sit in it, and it was on a showroom floor. So we tried to open the door to get in it, to look at it. But one of the salesmen say, "Well, that car is sold. Somebody bought it for their daughter." And I was like, what? And I was like, their daughter. So I just walked off and I was trying to be nosy. I'm like, okay, where's the daughter? Where's the daughter? Maybe she's a college student. I can kind of see that. Yo, she was in high school, young. So I'm assuming it was a graduation present. I don't know. But this young lady, she looked really young. So to me, she looked like a high school student. And she was getting a brand new 2005 luxury vehicle. And heck, I'll go ahead and say what the brand is. It was a BMW. It was an X1, and with all the packaging, we looked at the sticker on the window, and it was like because of all the packages that I don't know if she elected, but what the car came with, it was like a $50,000 car, y'all, for a high schooler. I mean. Would you all do it? I mean, if you have the money and you're a millionaire, would you do it? I don't think I would. I wouldn't mind. Like both my kids had cars, when they graduated or when they were still in high school. So yeah, we did indulge with them. We got them new cars too, but they weren't luxury cars and they did not cost $50,000. But no shade to the young lady, but I'm just thinking with kids, you know how the kids are with these cars. I mean, a lot of times, not a fault of their own, but, things happen, right? And not only that, but when you get your first car as a luxury car, like, where do you go from there? Like, where do you go from a BMW? You go to a Mercedes? Do you go get a Lamborghini? I mean, what's next? But I digress. But her parents were there and her dad was, walking around his scrubs. So I assume I knew he was a doctor, but I assumed surgeon because, surgeons wear scrubs or whatever. So I'm like, well, there you have it. I mean, he's probably a millionaire and, it's like a drop in a bucket for them. But I'm like, good for her. But, yeah, I'm like, that just blew my mind. A young kid, and there's a lot of kids out there that drive brand new luxury cars and their parents are loaded. So there you have it. But that's it, y'all. That's all I have for you today. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.